I wasn't going crazy. No, that's so unlike you, Cran. No, I had to restart because we were stuck in a loop. How is Cran? I haven't seen you in like forever, Cran.
I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. I have to restart, man, because the reception shit.
Oh,
So how that goes.
uh-oh. Lost you, Luca.
Now it's gonna. There you go.
Let me get another light. Uh-oh.
It's good,
I
though.
think we lost Luca.
A very long time. Welcome back, Paul. Tanya's here. Can, can you hear me, Tanya? Paul, can you hear me, Paul? Chris?
Hello.
You're a little cracky,
Cracky?
but I can hear
Dang
you.
it. We're gonna take care of that cracky.
Like you're breaking.
Yeah. How about now?
Okay,
Chris?
so far.
Audio? Hey, Phyllis?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Huh? Yeah, and it's kind of pixelated, and you're like you freeze and you go.
Yeah, okay. You know the routine. You
Yeah,
guys know the routine. Where I am right now, there's tons of aircraft around me. Um, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to bear with it a little bit. It'll be for another 20 minutes or so. Then it's just gonna die down. Everything's gonna go away. Reception should be much better. So I'll try and speak up,
Okay.
but let's go ahead and get started. Uh, Paul, first of all, this is Grizz. She's my partner.
Hi,
Hi, meeting
nice to
you.
meet you.
I'm a little still congested, a little nasal, and a little bit
Yeah,
sick.
I'm getting over a cold too.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole family got hit with COVID, so we're all
Oh no.
over and right before Christmas.
Oh, terrible.
Okay, cool. I just wanted the two of you to meet. So Grizz is just going to hang out with us. Tonight we're going to do something a little bit different. We had another guest that was supposed to be with us tonight, but for unforeseen reasons, we had to postpone her appearance with us. So tonight we have someone else that I think we kind of talked last week, right, Paul?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to tell a story
Yeah.
how we met, but
Um,
before we start, let me make some introductions. The person,
me.
the person, our guest tonight.
Okay.
Uh, I know you're under your other account. Which account would you like us to follow you at?
The
Zen
Zen
Lotus
Lotus
Gems. So,
Gems.
Paul, will you do me a favor and type in
Yes.
that account in the comment section? Because Gems is spelled with a Z, not an S, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Pua, you can see her purplish dragon. That's her account that we're going to be talking about, the items that we're going to be talking about tonight. Zen Lotus Gems. She can explain why that name is. I think last week sometime we got a chance to talk, and it was a very interesting conversation. I think we talked for about, I want to say 4 hours, quite a while. It was after midnight.
Oh, yeah, just about. Yeah, it was after midnight and I had to work
Yeah, and you were
the next
struggling and you
day.
blame me for it, so appreciate that. But Pua
No, I
is
didn't.
actually from Hawaii, so this is the first time I'm having another person from Hawaii as our guest. I'm more excited about it because of the things that she's going to be talking about tonight. And this all just kind of came out this afternoon about having you as our guest. So Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
it was, I guess it was meant to be. But um,
Yeah.
I looked at your profile. Zen Lotus Gems says you're a crystal enthusiast, crystal healing practitioner student,
Mhm.
which means you're still learning that,
Yes. Yeah.
collector, and now a
Yeah.
retailer. Okay, cool. Okay, so
Yes. Yes, I
that's what we
am.
want to talk about tonight. So tonight we finally have someone on board to talk about crystals. Now we're going to actually stretch you as
Yay.
much as we can, your knowledge, to find out about crystals. Um, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself first and your company and what are you going to be doing on?
Okay. I'm not sure what you said the last part, but okay, my name is Pua. So I got into crystals maybe what is it? Maybe in 2015. Um, how I got started into like crystals was I had anxiety disorder. So what it is that like any normal people, they'll have anxiety attacks. For me, it was just spontaneously. It would just happen. And I didn't know what was going on because I was just going to a full blown panic attack and I didn't know what was going on with my mind. I thought I was going crazy. So I was like that since I was in high school. So in 2015, that's when it got worse. And then I didn't want to take medication. So I started following groups. And then one of them came across crystals for um, her to help calm her down. So that's how I started. So my first crystal was a lepidolite. Um, so I always carry one with me, which I don't have with me anymore because I don't need it, but I do have one on hand. And so over the years, I've been collecting, learning, and I got really interested in how crystals actually help people, you know. Other than the properties, the things that people are claiming, you know, verbally, they'll say this stone is for calming, this stone will help you release bad vibes, this stone will help balance you, this stone will help balance you and ground you. But for me, I wanted to know how and why the crystals can do this kind of stuff. So I had to do a lot of digging, asking, doing my own research. And then I came across in 2019, I came across, some people might know her because she's really popular, Hibiscus Moon. She has a lot of, she had a lot of students. That's who I'm taking a course from and hopefully completing the end of this month. But she talks about and teaches you about the scientific background of a crystal and how a crystal works with your energy and how each crystal has a different, she calls it a DOR, which stands for, brain fart, uh, dominant oscillatory rate. So everybody has one. So it's each like for us, we have different part of our bodies have a different vibration. Your heart, your lungs, your brain, your stomach, your intestines, everything. So we're like the most unbalanced beings on this earth, right? So crystals are more they're only one vibration and they're a higher vibration than ours. So what it is that each crystal can entrain our vibration to their vibration, and that is how we can connect with it. Because the more you work with it, the more your body vibration entrains with the crystal's vibration. So the highest vibration crystals normally is a clear quartz, and they're known as an amplifier because they're a higher vibration. So if you have any other crystals and you wanna, let me see. Let's see if I have. Okay. Okay, let's see if I have this crystal, which is a tiger's eye, right? And so the tiger's eye is always known to help you to build courage, to keep yourself calm during stressful situations. And this crystal, which is a clear quartz, right? So you have it together. So the clear quartz is enhancing the effect of this one with your vibration. So that is how crystal vibration, crystal energy works with yours when it comes for healing. So when you want to do, because right now I am learning to do chakra balancing. And so what we do is we use a pendulum. Right now we're showing us how to use a pendulum to test your energy, like see which your chakras, which one is not balanced. So let me see if I have one right here.
Can I ask a question, Paul? I don't want to sound I'm knowledgeable in crystals, but are you saying that not every crystal works with every being? They're like, if I wanted to use a certain crystal for something that affected me negatively, it may not necessarily work for me. Does that make sense?
No. Actually, you're if there's a crystal that doesn't feel right to you, that means you don't need that crystal. Because sometimes you'll feel attracted. It's not your feelings that feel attracted, it's your energy that's attracted to the crystal. So your body is telling you there's something about that energy of that crystal that you need. So that's how when people say, "Oh, I feel so
Called to it.
what do you call it? Like, yeah, you're being called. Yes, exactly, called to it. So it's actually that your energy is like, hey, there's something about that crystal that I need, that my body needs. Maybe something needs to be balanced. So usually, I mean, you can look into the computer. For me, for my thought is like the properties come from somewhere, right? Somebody has to have written it in there. The thing is that maybe that property for that crystal was for that person. Wow, this crystal for this property was for that person. So we were told that if a crystal calls to you, work with it. Find out what it does for you, why this crystal called you. Like, why were you attracted to this crystal? So for me personally, lepidolite was always was my first crystal because I was told it helped calm me because lepidolite carries lithium inside it. And you guys all know lithium is a drug that you use for people with depression, right? Yeah, lithium. But for me, the crystal does not work for me. But I carried it anyway. But the ones that did was these guys, the tiger's eye. So I always have tiger's eye on me. So I wear it. So that helps my energies to stay calm. So I constantly wear it. If I don't need it, I'll take it off, when I feel like I don't need it. And then when I feel like I need it, I'll put it right back on. I'll either carry one in my pocket or I will wear my bracelet. And then, so there's like so many crystals out there. There's like over like 20,000 or billion. I think she said 20 billion. But there's always a new one being found, like every time that we don't know about. So every time a crystal is found, that means that crystal was meant to show up at that moment. But not
every crystal is accessible, is what you're saying, right?
No. Because of the mining and everything, I believe some of the crystals are not, because it's overmined. it's not ethically sourced. It's sourced a little bit over mind for the money. So I try to stick with people who ethically source it and don't overdo it. Because for me, I love crystals. I love the energy. I just do not like
Mm.
people hoarding it. You know, like like big warehouses. I buy from small, people who actually mine their own, not the one that belongs to huge companies that have machinery and dynamite. These are people
When,
that go out, collect
when
what
you
they
talk
can,
about
and then they
ethically, I
bring it.
remember that movie Blood Diamond. And
Oh,
yeah,
I
so
never seen it, but I heard of
is
that.
diamond
Yeah.
considered a crystal as well?
So yes, yeah, it's considered a crystal. The movie is sort of I guess I never seen it, but I heard that it was based on, like, I guess how they use
Yeah.
people or kids or something to dig in the mines so they can save money, and just for money. So I guess people died in there, and these people weren't getting paid
Yep.
to do this. The people, the company, the businesses or businessmen who were collecting the diamonds were keeping it, the money, the
Yeah,
profits were
again,
for them, but
it
not for
goes
the
to what
workers.
you were saying.
So
It wasn't it's ethically sourced.
yeah,
Yeah.
it has to, yeah, it has to be. See, I only deal with two people because, wait, hold on. Okay, what was that?
That movie Blood Diamond, it's kind of like what you were talking about, where crystals that are not ethically sourced. That was like the whole part of that, the whole theme of that movie, Blood Diamond.
Yeah.
I know you follow a similar Instagram person who talks about the scientific properties of certain crystals. Belle Luna?
Oh yeah, she's one of that she was a student
She's
with
she's
hibiscus.
actually she's like so smart when I listen to her reels or
She's
watch her reels. I
Yeah.
watched one I think a couple days
Mhm.
ago,
Mhm.
maybe today, about synthetic crystals.
Oh, oh yeah,
Are they
fake crystals.
they're man-made? Is that what you?
Um, yeah, they're man-made. There is what is the one that's man-made? Well, see, there's opalite, which normally is man-made. Everybody knows, but there's crystals that people make, like, let's say malachite. The green. Do I have any malachite here? Hold on one second.
Thanks everyone for being here. We are talking to Paul.
Okay, well, so this is malachite. Okay, so this is one of the crystals.
Yep.
Can you hear?
No,
Am I frozen?
I can hear
Oh,
you.
okay. Okay, so this is malachite, right? And then you see all the lines
Yep.
in it, all the striation. It's not consistent. Same. So what I learned is that there's companies that because it's expensive, they'll make their own material. It'll look green, but the lines will look like almost like a zebra, and it'll be super dark, super light. It won't be. It's like a whole different shade of green. It'll be super fake. It'll be like so.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know if you
pretty.
can see this one, but it won't be like this. It would be dark green and some dark black, and it would be just like lines that are, and it's not crystal that has symmetrical design on them.
So you can actually tell them apart.
So that one is usually fake. Unfortunately, I don't have a fake one. I have an issue with fake crystals, but I don't have a fake one right now. And then also the other one is turquoise. Turquoise is always faked. They'll use either howlite or magnesite they'll dye because it's porous, they'll dye those stones because they're white and to the color
I didn't know
of turquoise. And then they'll sell it as they'll call it as turquoise, but it's actually a dyed crystal. It's a real crystal, but it's not a turquoise. And some sellers would say, dyed howlite, but call it turquoise, and some will not. But you can tell by the pricing when they because there's a few mines that closed, like the Kingsman mine, I know is closed. So Kingsman turquoise is like a little bit of a greenish color hue. It's not as blue. So I think the greenish color comes from it has a lot of copper in that mine. So that one closed, but there is a couple mines that are still open. But it's very kind of pricey for those gems. But and then what else is also fake that I know of? I think
There's
well, not diamonds. Those are like the only two though I know that is fakes. Lavender moonstones. They look like opalite. So some people would what I've learned is some would make it the opalite look kind of like a lavender moon quartz, which is it's very expensive crystal because it's only found in one area, which I do have some, but I haven't put it out there yet because of the cost. So I'm trying to learn more about it, but I know some people said that they bought fake ones and then they can tell it's an opalite. You put it by the light and the opalite has like an orange iridescent kind of shine to it, while the lavender moon does not, and then of course you can do the testing and if you can look inside for natural imperfections in it, like the dyeing or bubbles. Some, if you see glass, glass, you can tell glass from crystal. So the crystal would have, I don't have glass, but the crystals, you have to look inside of it really close under a microscope, and you'll see like little kind of bubbles inside, like air pockets, and then the glass supposedly don't have any. It's just clear. And if it's dyed, you'll see dye streaks inside.
So actually, if anybody wanted to purchase crystals from you, I think you said something earlier, I don't have any fake crystals or synthetic crystals. That's a good thing. So if anybody wanted to be a client and order crystals from you or use you as a source of getting their crystals, I think it would be only beneficial to that person, your client, because you have that ethical nature about the belief in crystals, what they're used for, where they come from, and also I'm sure as well the pricing as well, because I remember when I bought my little elephant, sorry, excuse my back, I bought this locally here, one of the malls, Per Ridge Mall.
Put it back a little bit. It looks a little. Oh, it's is it ocean jasper? I can't
honestly,
really see it. Just put it back a little. It looks really cubic. Oh, there
It's
you
got
go.
a little
Like,
yellow on the trunk here. There's a little purple here on his ass. You see?
it could be an ocean jasper. Can't really
I'll send you
see,
a
but it
picture
looks like
later
an
what it
ocean
looks
jasper
like
from
in real life.
here.
This
Yeah.
this tiny little elephant, when I bought it from that little kiosk
At the mall, this one was $48. So
Whoa.
I was thinking, for that price, this better be real.
Well,
And
wow.
that was the only one they had.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, If it's in the store, you know, they're renting the kiosk, so they probably have to up their price also according to how you know who they bought it from, plus how much they're renting
Yeah,
that place. So
you know what? The
that's
first thing
not though.
when I passed that kiosk, they one side of the kiosk was just crystals. The other side was glasses or something like that. And they were sharing the booth. Yeah, sunglasses.
Eyeglasses. Is this at
No. This is at Pearl
Kamakana
Ridge. This is a few years back.
Oh, okay. I think I know which one. I think she opened a big store and right across
Okay,
where she had her
I
kiosk.
passed there and I saw this in her
Yeah.
display case, and it was when I first started my journey, and I found out my spiritual animal was the elephant. And I saw this in her display case, and I asked her if she had more. She had one more that was much bigger, like this one. So this one is more like a pinkish color, and it has dark green or gray lines in them. This was a gift to me. There was one more just like compared to this tiny little one, which was 48. The one like this that she had in her display case,
That one must have
this one was $230. Now, I'm assuming it's probably the type of crystal it was. Zebra
It looks like a zebra jasper.
Okay.
That's a common. Yeah, it's a
This wasn't
common stone.
this
But,
wasn't the one
it's a nice stone
that was
though.
gifted to me from a friend in from Louisiana, but the one I saw there, I didn't have the funding for it then to pick that one up, but it was I want to say it was almost the same color as the smaller one.
Yeah, that one looks like an ocean. Well, it looks like an ocean jasper-ish. Can't
So
really
let
see
me
the
ask
colors too
you,
well.
how long did it take you to memorize and recognize the crystal just by sight? The properties and what they look like and the different striations and the colors and all that.
It took me, let's see. So let's see, 2017, I started making bracelets. That's when I started learning about energy of the crystals. So 17, from 2017,
So it's 5 years.
that's when I started picking up. And then, yeah, how I got to recognize is that when I see something I like, I'll ask what it is, and then I'll do a whole bunch of research into it. I will research into properties, where it come from, how much it usually costs, where I can get it, and then I would find some, buy it, and then I'll work with it and see what it did for me. So like I said, tiger's eye was my go-to. And then what I later learned, which is really weird, is that tiger eye is actually it corresponds with the Capricorn zodiac. So I'm Capricorn. So I don't have, I'm like so connected to Earth that it was just so funny that crystal is actually associated with the Capricorn. So I was like, wow. Yeah. So I'm very like, anytime I see tigers, I'm like, ooh, what's that?
That's pretty cool.
Ooh, that's nice. So I have like a lot of, yeah, I have a lot of tiger's eye.
So there,
bit too much,
of course, in that it makes sense. There is a certain crystal for every zodiac sign that corresponds.
Yeah, there is. I don't really memorize each zodiac that's connected, but I just noticed mine. I'm more for the energy of it. So like for me, like obsidian has a really grounding, low vibration. Really, it'll bring your energy down, but should not be worked if you're feeling depressed or low. Yeah.
Okay, that
because you'll bring you
makes
down
total
even more
sense
low.
now.
So it's better to work with something a little bit higher. Yeah. But it's also good to, if you do, if you like to do ancestry kind of work, like during some people call it Samhain, and Halloween they do tap to connect with your ancestors, right? So the stone that you would work with would be like any obsidian, like the snowflake obsidian, the gold sheen, the silver sheen, even black moron, or what's the other one? Shungite. Any of those stones, especially obsidian, you can work as
Nice.
for that kind of stuff. But but if you want to do something like to balance your chakras or ground yourself, just be careful in how you feel and not to grab a crystal that will bring you even more down, which would be the black obsidian. I would work with maybe a tourmaline. Yeah.
I've got a few crystals, so I'll send you some pictures of what I got. But there's a lot of people in our community, in this group that we are part of, that actually have crystals. They use crystals. There is one person, she was here earlier. I'm not sure if she's still here. Phyllis, extra large medium. I know she has crystals and she's used crystals before. Grizz also collects crystals and uses crystals. So it's a lot of people in our community, but we've always wanted to learn. Myself wanted to learn more about crystals. Wanted to learn more about the properties and how to recognize it and what do I use what for what. I'm sure something.
So there's a lot of information out there for properties. Like I said, for your personal thing for a crystal, you work with it yourself, and then you journal to find out what that crystal actually does for you. Does it do what everybody says it does? Does it help ground you? Does it help, keep you calm during stressful times? The only thing I do not really go on is crystals fixing you physically. There's so much people out there that use misinformation with people who really believes, that don't know. They just, they, like one person would say, for instance, dragon bloodstone or just African bloodstone. They said, oh, this will help people that has blood disorder or who is anemic, who needs, this will help with your anemic. It does not do that. Crystals will not make your bone marrow, produce more blood cells. It's not going to do that. Okay. So for people to use crystals to fix kidneys, to fix liver, to fix your heart rhythm, that to me, it shouldn't even touch that, because some people will, believe that this crystal is going to help their serious medical problem. So I've came across some people who wanted, when I was making the bracelets, wanted me to make something for somebody who has bad kidneys or just got over a heart attack. And I'm like, I don't do that. Man, I was like, I only do the energy. I don't fix the physical part. You need to stay with your doctor to do that. Not me. So, yeah. So I kind of feel sad when I hear some of the crystal people, just for people, they say that. For me, I think they say that because they want people to keep buying. And it angers me because it's not going to fix those things. These people are buying that because you're saying it's going to help you. It'll help you fix your bone. Yeah. No, it's not going to help you fix your bone.
I get it, and that's very respectful. Yeah. Because not only do you want to source ethically sourced crystals, but ethical in your retail ship. For retail crystals. So that's very respectful. I like that. Very, very, very respectful.
Yeah. I like to be actually what it's for, what crystals will help you with. I mean, so as for any physical ailments, pain, whatever, I wouldn't go to crystals for that. Go to your doctor For emotional, to help you ground, to make you feel more balanced energetically, yes, crystals can help assist you. They're not there to fix you. They're here to
That makes
assist you
sense.
while you fix yourself.
That
So
makes total sense.
yeah. So everybody can heal themselves mentally, energetically. Crystals help that.
Okay, now everything is starting to make sense because I've heard people who do retail and have actually reached out to me
Mhm.
past year saying that they feel me energetically, they want to give me readings, or that they have certain crystals that will help me to heal this certain type of whatever ailment I had, and it didn't make sense. And now that you're saying it actually makes sense, it's actually crystals are more are energy, they're energetic. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yes. Crystals are more
Okay, cool.
for energy healing. They can also, help you manifest everything. You know how people want to bring good vibes into your space, into your life. You manifest
Mhm.
all that positivity into you. Crystals can help you, with all of that. So I do a lot of crystal grading. Crystal gradings are, you put it in this different patterns. Each pattern, there's like the what do you call the eternal knot. There's the flower of life. There's with a Metatron. So there's different types of formation you can do with your crystal grid, and then you set your intentions into it. So you're sending this energy out, this healing energy. So you have a huge center stone, which is like your little big antenna in the middle, and then around you surround it with the different stones that correspond to what you're trying to send out. Like you want to send out healing energy. So healing energy, you'll use green. I use green aventurine, emerald. Then I use my clear quartz to help
I see.
amplify the energy, right? And then I send my intentions to send it out like, oh, let's heal the world. Everybody feels a little stressed. Let's,
Yeah.
everybody's going all crazy. So let's give them a little
Yeah,
help,
here in Hawaii, we
So
will
that's what
say
we
that's what we
do.
say. Oh, we'll stand up, hold hands, sing Hawaii Aloha, and make Ho'oponopono, and all that stuff. So I get it. I
Exactly.
get it. Now everything's starting to make sense
Yep.
because I could see how basically a rock, a stone, heal you, and I use the word loosely, heal you from like cancer or heal you from like uh, any of those big medical issues or problems that people have. And people were claiming that I was seeing on Instagram, and I was
Right.
like, man, I don't understand how that works.
Yeah, it doesn't. Coming from a medical background, it doesn't. So it does help energetically, though. I know for, proof, I did it for myself. There's many times where I needed help to up my energy because I caught a cold. So I would use the crystal to help me to heal myself, to help my body heal myself, but not to get rid of what's going on with me. So it's here to assist you and help you heal yourself. It won't fix the problem. You're fixing your own problem, but you're using the crystal vibrations to heal
I
yourself.
got it. I got it. I like that. I really like
Yeah.
that. Now actually everything clicks and makes sense for me.
Yeah.
I've been told there are people who will put tiny little rocks into their water bottle like this and drink it. What does
Uh,
that do?
there, well, there is some crystals that you can do. So water is, when water turns to ice,
Okay.
ice is a crystal. Did you know that?
Yep.
right? So water also holds that vibration inside. So that's why they use certain crystals. Certain crystals, not all crystals, because some, if you gotta know your crystals, some of them are toxic. They contain toxic minerals inside. So tourmaline, no. Obsidian, no. The only crystals I would say that is okay to infuse would be clear quartz, natural citrine, not heat treated or what's that word?
Okay.
Irradiated citrine. Amethyst is fine. Natural amethyst, not no enhanced color.
So anything that's been altered by
The
man, then,
best crystal that yeah, there is crystals, natural crystals that, yeah, that, man does heat up, like citrine. That's another thing, yeah, citrine. There is natural citrine and then there is heated citrine. I'll show you a natural citrine and I'll show you one that was heat treated. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so this is a natural citrine.
Oh.
This one is from Brazil. As you can see, it's kind of like a tinge. You can see a little bit. It's not so clear, but it's a kind of a brownish color, yeah? And then this one is from Congo. It's a Kundalini citrine, and you can see the color also.
Oh, that's so different.
So this one, yeah, as you can see, has these little cathedrals growing on the sides. So this one is from Congo. And then, so a natural citrine takes millions of years to get like this, okay? That's why it's kind of pricey. It's expensive. This is a heat-treated citrine. So this citrine is actually I'm sorry, is actually this guy, an amethyst. So when you heat up an amethyst with a lot of pressure and heat, you quicken the process to turn it into this. So there's a lot of citrine that is being sold heat treated. It should be called heat treated amethyst that is being sold as citrine. But technically, amethyst is citrine, but it takes 1,000,000 years to reach
pressure and everything else.
This state, right? Depends on where. Yeah, from the earth. Yeah, from the earth. So it takes a long time to reach this state right here, right? But because it's so rare to get it, that's why they end up doing this, because they need a big volume. Because everybody, they love citrine. Citrine is, it's for abundance. This is like if you want to help you increase your, bring money into your space, like let's say fundraiser, or let's say like for me, sales, I'll make me a grid of this baby right here, a citrine. So it manifests abundance. So that guy is always being faked. It's real, but it's fake. But then again, you don't want to put this inside infused water.
So now
right?
I'm confused again because I'm so unknowledgeable. I apologize. Let me ask you a question, okay? So the amethyst is heat treated and it turns into citrine, that yellow ball you showed, right?
When they
heat treated.
Yeah, when they heat treat citrine, yeah. So
me too.
So here's a raw form.
Okay.
This is a raw form of amethyst. Okay. So you'll see one that looks kind of like this. You see how it's white over here, and then it's like kind of purplish over here. They'll heat this guy up, and then this side will turn orange. So you'll see a lot of citrine nowadays in the market that is like a yellow, like a nice deep yellow over here, and it's white. That is not a citrine. That is a heat-treated amethyst. And you are okay to say, hey, is this a heat-treated amethyst? And they would
So,
have to say,
so
they'll
the
say yeah.
principles no,
They're not gonna
the principles
they're not
no
gonna tell you.
longer apply for it as being an amethyst, and
It does, but the property or for it changes because you already changed the chemistry of the crystal by forcing it to turn into a citrine already. So
that's just so wrong. That's wrong.
This is like, yeah, that's called
That's called
marketing.
greed. It's called greed. That's
But
what it's called.
like this one is natural. Yeah, it's now this time and day right now is people are getting more and more aware of crystals. Have you noticed? Like I have, like, over the years I've seen more and more people, like even my coworkers, they're talking about crystals, but then they're buying crystals because they were told this and this and that. And I told them, like, what did you buy that for? What did they tell you? And like, and then they find themselves with boxes of these crystals that they have no idea what to do with. So they give them to me, So I'm stuck with their crystals that they bought, that spent so much money on. And I just explained to them, I go, you just work with that one crystal that costs you, find out what it does for you, and you just gotta connect with it. So you don't have to have this one. For instance, one of my coworkers, she had sodalite, she had flower agate, she had malachite, and she was telling me what she bought it for. She goes, oh, the lady said the malachite will help me heal me. I had a lot of pain, and it's healing. It's supposed to be a healing stone. I told her, I go, well, malachite is a toxic stone. I go, so she sold you a raw malachite. I was like, did she tell you to wash your hands after you handle it? Right? I go, because you cannot, it's toxic. I go, it's a small piece. It's not going to affect you, but if it was a bigger piece, you handle it, don't lick it, don't stick it in water, And I told her, whatever, physical ailments you're going, that thing ain't going to fix you. Okay. So I just told her that how the crystals, like I told you how the crystals work and how energetically it'll help you heal yourself, right? So I told you have to work with the crystal. You don't buy the crystal, keep it in your room and expect a miracle to happen, right? It's not going to do that. I mean, I have like a lot of crystals in my room, but I would work with one that I get attracted to. Like my energy is like, oh, for some reason, I ignored this crystal for so long, and then one day I needed to have it. So I would sit and meditate with my crystal, and then I can feel the vibration in my hand, and I can feel it surging down my arm, and then I feel it settle in one area. So when it settles in that, when I feel it strong in that one area, it's something I have to fix. So I work on that. So for instance, this is a Nirvana, very hard to get Nirvana crystal. So I never had a Nirvana crystal. I always wanted one. So I started working with them. So this bugger is super strong. Like I held it in my hand, everything, my whole arm started to like tingly. As I was sitting there meditating with it, I can feel it. And then it went straight, started tingling in my mouth. Like felt like my lips are like, something was vibrating. I was like, oh, that's the most weirdest feeling I had. So I would carry that with me to work and everything. So I'm still trying to learn what it's telling me, like what I need. What is this telling me that seems to be off? But it seems to be concentrated up here. So all I know is up here would be my third eye, right? Yes. So because this is a clear quartz, you can use it as a third eye. So I've been sleeping better. Because I normally have really bad, I'll wake up in the middle of the night with really horrible dreams. And I would always have, it would be so vivid that I would wake up in the middle of the night, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning on the spot every time. And I would have to bring my energy down because I'm just like really tense, right? And shaky. So I started just working with this maybe a week. And so far, I've had really calm, pleasant dreams. So it's like this stone just decided, hey, I can help you sleep. Usually people say if you have insomnia, you sleep with this stone. I've tried it many times. When before, it never worked for me. Even though I wasn't called, my body wasn't calling this, my energy wasn't calling this stone. It wasn't working for me. I would even use my amethyst bracelets and it never helped. So I was like, well, but my Nirvana, this guy that I never ever owned, this is the first time owning this guy, and I'm just learning a little bit of it because I never worked with it. It's helping me with my sleep. So I make sure I have this guy with me. So I sleep with him under my pillow or in my hand. And no, I sleep with it in my hand and somehow it ends up underneath my pillow. I don't know how, but I always wake up with it underneath my pillow. So that is an amazing crystal, and I'm still taking notes on it. I'm still learning about it. Like this crystal you can only find it. It was formed in ice, I think it said, and that's why it doesn't have a formation. It's not facet. It doesn't have a point like these. It's a clear quartz, but it's like the form of the ice or pressure it was in. So that's pretty much how much about it. And then also what I noticed, this has like a window here.
No.
So you ever seen seer stones?
No.
You ever heard of seer stones? Okay, so seer stones could be either citrine, amethyst, clear quartz, smoky quartz, any of the quartz. So it's polished into a kind of like a palm, like a round palm stone. And it's they kind of make it really sandy around it. And then they have one pocket that's open, that's clear, that you can see through. So they said what a seer stone is, you're supposed to help you see something. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't think it makes you see in the future, but it shows you visions or something. So you're supposed to hold the stone and then kind of not stare at it, but not, like you're phasing into the stone, like you're looking into the stone, but not actually looking to it.
I do.
I'm not sure if you follow
I
that.
do.
I don't know
I
how to
have this
explain that.
vision of.
But okay, yeah. So it's
I have this
supposed
vision of
to.
someone with the stone. Someone with the stone in hand, or something like this. I have these from Japan. These came from Japan. This one is more of a ruby red, almost a purplish red.
Does that have a white
The
metal?
middle is white.
It looks like an agate.
Yeah.
Should I pull it back? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's kind of what a seer stone is more. I don't know if you can see this part, but if you can see, you know how smooth it is. So I can see, I can see into the crystal. I can actually put it up to light and see into the crystal versus the outside, which is really shady. So a seer stone. So this reminds me of a seer stone. So I'm wondering if I'm supposed to work with this to see, So normally this flat part, this clear part, when I'm sleeping, I'll just kind of hold it to my third eye like this for a little bit. And then I'll fall asleep. And then I wake up kind of refreshed. So I'm kind of, I'm like, wow. So that stone is working for me in my sleep. But like the amethyst, this is considered the, I don't know how to pronounce the word because I'm so localified over here, but it's called sobriety. Sober. Sober. So it's supposed to, well, that's, it, huh?
You said sobriety? It helps you with sobriety?
Yeah, sobriety. Yeah, that's the word. Sorry.
That's okay.
Calamino can speak to
We
it.
cannot hear
Anyway,
Tigriditas, don't worry.
good. Okay, so the amethyst supposed to help people with addiction. So the addiction would be alcoholism, drugs, smoking, anything you are addicted to and you want help to release yourself from that addiction that you don't need in your life, right? Something that is so poison to you that you need help energetically to get away. So amethyst is that stone. So the story behind this has to do, I believe, with Greek gods. It has to do with Dionysus, and I don't even know I have to get my book because I had to write it down because I can't remember the Greek gods. But this was done on a mortal female, which I have to find out what her name is. It's in my book. It's in my notes. I write things down so I don't forget it. If I need to go back, I have it. But so anyway, it was a mortal female. If anybody knows the story, you can jump in anytime and help me in your little words. But so there was this Dionysus god was, I guess he drank a lot, so he was always drunk. He likes to party. And then he saw this beautiful maiden, and I guess he was attracted to the maiden, but the maiden did not want any part of him, and so was kind of running away from him. And then so he did something to her that was to kill her or something, like, end her life. And then the goddess, which I can't remember her name, start with an A.
Aphrodite?
No, not Aphrodite. I don't know if it was not Artemis. God, I wish I knew the name. Yeah, I might be wrong. It might not be an A. But then he felt bad of what he did, right? So he went to that goddess to plead for help to see if she could save her. So what she did was the grapes, because Dionysus, I guess he's associated with grapes, that she, the juice of the grapes fell on top of this maiden and turned her into an amethyst. And so the amethyst is supposed to help people.
That's pretty cool
that
stuff.
have addiction. That's what that came from. Oh, I wish I could tell it more, but my brain
Grizz says
is
the name
names and how the story went. But I have it.
It's okay.
I have it in my notes.
It's okay. Grizz says if the name is Athena.
Athena. No.
Okay, we're out of A names here.
Is Athena a Greek god? Aphrodite? But I don't think it was Athena. No, well, maybe you could be right.
There was someone that just entered the room. Crystal Blessings 808. Her name is Carrie.
Yes.
She is a friend of mine, and actually, she was a crystal shop owner on the island of Kauai. She is actually part of our community as well. And I entered a giveaway that she was doing for her shop, I think 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I won. It was pretty cool. I won, and I never won anything in my life. And I got like a bunch of crystals from her. And she is like you, Pua. She was very ethical about, ethical about where she got her crystals from. There she is, Crystal Blessings.
Yeah.
So let's take a few minutes break, and then we can continue on. We're going to talk a little bit more about what's coming up for you. You're not familiar with the story? It's okay, Carrie. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I have this. I like to take notes and journal and stuff, and then that one for me was so interesting. Like I always wanted to know the story behind the amethyst. I liked it. I just don't. It's told in two different ways because I read both ways, but the name of the god is different. there's Dionysus, and then there was another name that was said, but I think it started with a G. So
Hawaii
but it's
is
in my
all
notes.
about
I have it.
stories like that. Hawaii is all about myths and legends and,
Oh yeah.
and stuff like that. So it kind of fits,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I like that story.
Yes.
I really do. I think it's very interesting.
Yeah, I liked it too. I was like, oh, I like it so much I forgot it. I forgot the I only summarized.
It's okay.
I
It's
summarized
good.
the story.
It's good. Let's take a break so we can give you some time to hydrate if you need to. Get your stuff ready for the next portion that we talked about earlier. If you are just joining us tonight, we are here with Pua. She is actually from Hawaii as well. Her Instagram is Zen Man. That's that up. Zen Lotus Gems with a Z, not an S. I got a chance to talk to her last week, and we had a very long conversation. We talked about how making suggestions to come on live on Instagram, as well as put together her profile that would be a little bit easier to accessible to people who are Googling for crystals here in Hawaii. We got a little bit of a background about crystals. I'm sure there's tons of questions. If you have questions that you would like to have answered, if it's okay with you, Pua, if they want to message you on your
Oh yeah.
please feel free to do that. Again,
Oh
Zen
yeah.
Lotus Gems with his Z. We're going to take about a minute break. I'm going to go to the big boys' room for a little bit. You go get your things ready, whatever you need to do. We're going to sit down here for like 30 seconds. And then we're going to come back and talk about what's coming up for you. Okay? Cool. So
Okay.
we'll be right back.
Sounds. Oh, he's actually leaving it on. Here, you guys can look at my crystals for a bit. Yeah, I'm having a show tomorrow, a live show. This will probably be my first. So here's my
that looks
setup
nice.
for
That looks
tomorrow. Yeah, this is just what I have out here.
That's a shit ton of crystals.
And then yeah, this is just a small of what I have.
If that's small, I hate
Yeah.
to see everything. Actually, I'd like to see everything.
You should feel the energy
I see,
in
I
here.
see.
It's crazy.
How long did it take you like to get a collection? Yeah.
How long? My collection started in 2017.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, mine just started 2017. Everything was hit and miss for me. I had my taste of fake crystals and real ones, and that's, my first fake one was a fake lepidolite, of course. It was actually a gold stone. Somebody sold it to me for $50, saying it was a rare black lepidolite stone. And not knowing my crystals, I went and bought it. And then later I learned it was not even a lepidolite, and there is no rare black midnight lepidolite. So, I bought it off of eBay.
It's okay. It was a lesson that was necessary for you to learn. Yeah.
Yes, it was that's what got me into actually learning about crystals more. Is that, you know, I did not like the fact somebody, you know, not tricked me into buying their product and saying what it was. And well, because I messaged the buyer,
No,
I mean
I
the seller,
I don't
about,
blame you.
and
I don't
so
blame you.
you know, yeah. So after that, I'm like, how dare they, you know? But I want to share my personal one. This is Lotus. This is my Dragon Lotus. This is a Girl Soul Rose Quartz. Isn't she cute? Okay, so I worked with this bugger. This is what you would call my spirit guide or spirit animal. Yeah, it's the dragon. This one called to me and never took my eyes off of this one. And the price for this, because this was carved from name is Vancho de Souza. So he is a very skilled carver. He's very connected to his crystals. He collects his own, and he carves it. He in tunes with each crystal he has, and he carves it into whatever it tells him or
Right.
whatever he feels that they're supposed to be. So this is one of them, and I, you know, first I looked at it and I liked it,
That's
but I was like, gosh, that's
beautiful,
so
though.
pricey, you know, like I can't too much. It is, and you know, I'm
Yeah.
just every time I see her, she has to come with me. So yeah, one day, you know, it was like 3-4 months, and then I had the money, and then I was like, oh, I wonder if that crystal I saw was still available, and it was
Yeah.
still there.
It
It was
was.
meant to be. So I was super excited.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna
So
start up in like
I
2 seconds. I want to reintroduce you, and the reason why I'm doing
okay.
this is easier for me to edit the video if I cut it in half and do a second part. I'm finding out that works best for me.
Okay.
So, Grizz, how's the audio? Grizz, can you hear us? Grizz, is the audio better this time?
Better. Can you hear me?
I can.
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Oh, are you sure? It looks like a little.
Am I pixelated? We're going to get started anyway. Welcome back, everybody, to our 3 Plus Me tonight, Friday, December 16th. Our guest tonight is Pua. She is from Hawaii, and she is sharing her knowledge of crystals with us. Our first part, we talked a lot about the different types of crystals that she deals with or she has knowledge of. It'll probably take another 10, 15 live streams to have you on and talk about every crystal known to man. But as you said, there's what, in the billions? So I don't know if I'm going to live that long.
About,
I don't
yeah.
know
No, I
but
don't know them all either. I don't intend to know every single one. Just
right,
the one that
right.
works for me.
But we are here with Pua again. Her Instagram profile name is Zen Lotus Gems with a Z. Please make sure you follow her. And the reason why I ask you to follow her is because we're going to talk about an event coming up for her. I believe it is tomorrow, right, Pua?
Yes, tomorrow
Tomorrow and Sunday.
and Sunday.
What time tomorrow for,
Mostly
let's just say
tomorrow,
West Coast
yeah.
time? Pacific
Okay,
time.
so
Yeah.
if you're Pacific, you are going to be 3. If you're Mountain, you're 4. And if you're East Coast, you are 6. So our time will be 1.
That's for
1
tomorrow.
p.m.
And then Sunday?
Yes.
Okay.
Sunday, same thing.
Is this your first live that you'll be doing? Official live, yeah?
Yeah. My first official live. I've done practice lives like at night because I am the type of person who gets too nervous. And if I get nervous talking to myself on video, Then I'm like, okay. So I had to do a lot of practice. I'll talk about the crystal. So whoever jumps on is, they'll jump on, and then I'll just talk about what crystal I am showing, and then, just act like I'm on my official live, but I never really announced it. I just went like, hey, I'm going to go on a live, and my daughter's like, what? I'm like, I'm just going to do a live, so whoever
Yeah,
jumps
good.
on, jumps on.
Yeah.
I go, I need the
I think that's
practice. I
something
need the practice. I go, mommy,
and
I
that's
cannot
something you
talk
and I talked
straight.
about last week. So just a
Yes.
little bit of history, a little bit of background. I think I remember seeing a notification that you followed me. And I think because you said we
Yes.
followed the same crystal educator, Bella
Bella.
Luna, and I
Yes.
ended up following you
Yes.
back. And I looked at your profile, the Zen Lotus Gems, and something about it said, hey, you know what? I should give her the same tips and pointers that was given to me by Instagram influencer who's got followers in the thousands. But she's been at it a lot longer than I have. I said, you know what? I'm gonna message you and see if you'd be open to maybe talking a little bit and me sharing a little bit, some suggestions and some pointers. And I remember that night you were unsure about whether or not I was legit or authentic.
Yes. I have trust
Don't we all?
issues.
Don't we all?
I was, yeah. But mine just like kept looking. I'm like, is this guy for real? Is he really from
No,
Hawaii? Like,
not.
no. Let me Olelo something to see if he knows
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Um,
You
It
know.
was so funny because after I hung up with you, I thought, man, that was a cool conversation because we talked about everything plus crystals. So I think I got to know you
Yes.
really well, and I messaged Grizz. So anytime something like that happens, especially with a guest or someone I thought or I think would be a great guest, I usually message Grizz and go, you got to go check her out. You got to go check her profile out. I think, tell me what you think. And this time, I didn't until today. Right, Grizz? I think I told you I was talking to someone for about 5 hours or something like that. I never told you your profile name, right?
No,
But it
you
was
didn't.
such a cool connection talking to
Right.
somebody locally. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
He
can.
can understand me
And
too.
you can understand me, which is good too. So, you know. But
Of course.
I know
We
I
get
wanted
it.
to have you come on tonight and share about your event coming up
Hmm.
the next 2 days. You shared the times, and we can help you. I can help you do
Hmm.
some posting on my Instagram as well if you need to. Um,
Okay.
so with that being said, Grizz, did you want to say anything, Grizz? I don't want to keep you out of it.
Sorry, I keep muting myself because I keep coughing. So,
It's okay.
but I was just hearing about the crystals. It's really interesting. So, no.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll go I like talking about crystals. Even my knowledge is still brand new, but I just know from my experience with it, right? It might not correspond with somebody else's one, like they'll be like, oh, that's not what it does, but that's what it does for me, right? So they can, you know, say what they want if they want to, but for me, I'll be talking about crystals and then all of a sudden I go off track to talk about something else. So if you catch me doing that, just like, hey, what you were going to say about this stuff, I'll talk about something, then that leads to something, and then it leads to another thing, and then I forget what I was talking about. Then,
It's okay.
hey,
I'm pretty good at
what was
steering
I
the
talking
direction
about?
of the conversation.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
I'm like, oh, wait, what were
Okay,
we
so we
talking about
were
again?
talking about your live event coming up tomorrow and Sunday, and I would really love it if you could share with
Okay.
us some of your crystals. You can share what You can share what they're known as, the shape, the size, what the benefits are. You can
Oh,
share
okay.
even, if you want to, the prices are for certain ones. Also, how can we, first of
Mm-hmm.
all, how can we message you if we are interested in one of your crystals tonight? Would you prefer a message?
Or you can either DM me
Okay.
or DM,
Okay.
on top in my Instagram. Or you can, if it's something right now, if you see something that you interested in, you can just say, "Hey, I'm interested in that crystal."
What payment
So
method do you
yeah.
prefer? Is
So
there like a certain app that you use?
the only one I've been taking is PayPal. I've been trying to do because I have a Etsy account, but I don't actively use it because they do charge per post. I mean, it's not as bad, but their fees and stuff is kind of jumbo, especially for somebody that is not making like six figures. That'll be too much for me to start posting things. So I sometimes use that if people want to pay through Etsy, because some people are like, oh, they want to buy something, they want to make payments, and then I'll tell them just do it through the Etsy, because Etsy offers the Klarna. So that one, they can do that. But if they want, it's mostly
Okay.
just
Okay.
PayPal. So yeah, I don't do Shopify or, for the credit cards, but
Okay.
yeah, just
That's good.
PayPal.
So probably be easiest to message you here about the crystal they saw they were interested in, and you two can work it out and they can get your
Yeah,
PayPal. Yeah.
they can
Okay.
either, yeah, yeah. And for me, I'm not really strict. Like, let's say you see something that you like, it's a little high on the price, but you really want it. And if you want me to hold it for you, I can do that. I've held things for almost a year for somebody who really wanted something and she felt connected to it. So I held on to it for her. And then she paid me whenever she could. I wasn't like after them. For me, um, I'm not this is not my money.
Yep.
I actually have a full-time job. I work in a hospital. So that's my job. But I do this because I love crystals. I love collecting crystals. I love working. I like talking about it. I love learning more and more of it. Like right now, like I'm also of course trying to get my certification by the end of this year. So that's what I'm doing right now. On top of that, and plus, I like to provide people, new people who not familiar with crystals, and make sure they're legit for you. They are affordable. So I try to find the best price to people I buy from, and then um, also if it's a little bit too high, I work with people that don't want
I
it but
see.
can't afford it at that time. So yeah, I'm like no, you have to pay this much. I need it now. No. If you want it, you feel it, it's for you, then it was meant for you. Then I'll say, I'll put it on the side.
Man, you really got to be good about wanting that crystal and put it on a payment plan. Yeah. It's like
I mean, if they want to go that way, yeah. I mean, I don't charge anything. I'm not gonna do no collection. I'm not gonna hound you. I'm not, but I do ask that you
yeah,
do
yeah.
communicate with me,
Fair
like
enough.
let me know that you're still there. And not
Right.
like abandoning everything, like I helped you with this. I mean, but if you don't feel connected, the connection anymore, and you don't feel it, yeah, it's okay to say, hey,
Yep.
kind of withdraw,
Yep.
But for people that, like, I had one that claimed a lot and then just never communicated, and then disappeared.
Yeah, communication. Thank you.
So I was like, okay,
Communication is key.
yeah. So I'm like, I think, yeah, just communicate.
Okay.
It'll be
With
fine.
that, how about we share some of the crystals that you have? I actually saw one that was really
Okay.
pretty, but you know, I have to make my glasses. But it's how about we do
Okay.
minutes
So,
of sharing?
okay. 10 or
Yep.
15 minutes, is that what you're saying? Okay, good. It didn't sound like that. But it didn't. It just sounded like and I was like, oh, okay, okay. I'm thinking it meant 15 minutes. But okay. So this is all right. So this is the table. And right, it looks like I'm looking at a mirror. I would have to put it at my mirror. Can you write backwards? It looks like 51. But I think I know you're saying 15 minutes. Okay. So these are okay. So I very rarely carry carves because I'm not into carvings, but my daughter is. So I bought some of these little carvings. These are fluorite, yellow fluorite. These are kitties, tiger eyes. So the good thing about this is people, you know, like yourself, you were attracted to the elephant, right? Because it was called to you. Same thing with these. Oh. So you see these little stickers? That's how much they are. So this could be somebody's spirit animal, or they just love turtles. So these are tortoises. There are different materials. So of course I have my. Can you guys see? Because the three-way, I really, my eyes
Yes.
are really blind. But
Like,
this is a tiger's eye. This is the yellow tiger's eye. So there's a lot of chatoyance in tiger's
What
eye.
what is that? Is that a
So
bear?
it's really nice.
Oh, it's a
No, this is a tortoise. Here, a tortoise.
little shell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cute little carved one. They could have worked on a little bit on the head. It looks all flat. But these are cute. So these were picked from my daughter. She loves little animals, little figurines. This is the bear.
Oh wow, that's
So
nice.
this is the yeah, the looks like a grizzly bear to me. So it's a really nice. They really carved it out of a nice piece of
So something like
tiger's
that
eye
size.
because
Well,
they're so.
how much can somebody
Mhm.
expect to kind of pay for that? Something like that.
Do you really want
I
to
mean,
see the price?
you're more than welcome to share it.
It's only it's only it's $12.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
That's
Pretty
beautiful, though.
reasonable.
yeah. It's a really nice one. This is the last one I had. I had two. I had a rose quartz. Somebody really liked the rose quartz. And then these are Buddha. They call it Buddha, but it looks like Kuan Yin, Guan Yin. But I guess it is Buddha. But this is a clear quartz. It's
Yeah,
nicely carved. It looks like a little baby to
Yeah.
me. Yeah,
Belly.
that one's pretty.
yeah. So this is a yeah, this is a clear. So this one,
Not a milky quartz.
no, it does look milky, but it's not. I can't
That makes
see.
two of us.
20. You know what?
No, it's
I'm so
okay.
Portuguese. I'm sorry. We use that phrase a lot in Hawaii. I'm Portuguese because I am trying to look at the price on top of my screen when I can just look behind my phone
That's
to see the
pretty
price
though.
in
That
real
one.
life, right? No, I'm trying to look. Yeah, it's really nice. And then
Oh yeah.
this is a
Yeah.
rose quartz. Yeah, it's a really nice pink hue. It's really soft.
I
It's
have
not too
a
dark.
tower of that.
Is it blurry?
Uh,
Do you have a big one?
not a big one. I want to say maybe 3 inches. This is from Carrie, that crystal shop owner from Kauai.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's got a lot
This is
of
the one that
shiny
it
rainbows in
does.
there.
This is the one that I want from her.
Well, I can see it from
That's pretty
here.
cool.
I can see it from here. Unless that's the glare, but it's pretty. I love rose quartz. I have my own too. Feel the love. And so this is another tiger's eye. I like this one because it also, the chatoyance in it is really nice. And it's like half.
Yeah,
You see how it's like really dark on this side and then it's yellow.
it's
So
almost
it's
reflective. You know when you
really,
twist
really
it
pretty.
and you see the yellow and go to brown, and
Yeah.
it's almost reflective. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So that's what I
Chatoyance.
mean
Okay.
by chatoyance. Yeah. I learned that. I kept hearing it from people. I'm like, what the heck is chatoyance? And then I had to look up the word. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's what it means. Okay, and then this is ocean jasper. I am not sure where this one came from. This was from one of the. It was in a mixed batch. But so what I liked about this one is green. It's half green and purple and red.
Oh,
So
I see it. Yeah.
it's kind of roundish. It's not. It's a palm stone, but yeah, it's kind of roundish. And so this one is 12.
That's what my elephant is, right? You said ocean
So
jasper.
that's what it looks like, an ocean jasper, because ocean jasper comes in so much different colors, so much shades. Um, and that's one of them. It sometimes it could be mistaken as I guess they call
Oh,
it
I see.
rainbow moss
Yeah,
agate,
yeah.
but I call it red. So this is a moss agate. So it could look almost like your ocean jasper elephant, right? So it's green, it's red, and I think one of them has purple, but I think this one is mostly green and red. And it has a lot of druzy cave, where they call this bugs, which is this little opening with the crystals inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see it. But this one is upside down. So this one is
See that's just reasonable to the prices
$21.
for ethically sourced
Yeah.
crystals, things that are not may not be
Yeah.
synthetic. Or I know you're very careful where you pick your crystals from. That's just a reasonable
Yeah.
price.
I mean, exactly. I mean, like for me, of course, when you find a supplier, or I have to drill them and ask them a lot of questions. The ones when the minute they say they don't know, then I'll just like, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
You know. So I can't guarantee it's 100% ethically sourced, because I wouldn't know what ethical means to them. But as long as the people who are mining is not being
Right.
overworked, not, but that's not my case, because they actually collect their own. So I have like two that's doing it right now. I had one person, but they don't, because I'm not I have to get my they want to work with somebody who would buy in bigger bulks, and I don't buy in bigger bulks.
That's a good thing, though. You keep your overhead down.
So I lost one. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, I was like,
You
I
talked
don't buy
about
in bulks,
I heard you say the
but
word druzy. So Carrie,
yeah.
again, Carrie
So
from Kauai, she sent me one more elephant. I have it on the light to see if, I don't know, well, you can't see it, but it's more of a, I want to see a agate,
that looks like an
but you
agate.
see that on the inside?
It looks, yeah. They have they have juicy, so it looks like an agate. It looks kind of like I don't know what color. It looks. Does it have like a blue type
Yes,
of hue to the
yes.
bottom, or that could be your light? But it's yeah. It looks like an agate.
This one is my favorite. And the elephants especially, I've named them all. I call them by name. I call my
The
elephants
what?
by name. I've
Called your
given
name?
them names.
Oh,
What did you name?
I named, what is his name?
This one, this original one,
Yeah.
this one is Harold.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Harold?
Harold.
That's funny.
So cute.
But
And you know the
Yeah,
hole inside Harold? If it goes right through, I
so
believe
right
they
here.
call that
Yep.
portals. I Yeah. I don't know why they call it portals. I'm thinking you go through a portal and you come out on
Oh
the other
wow.
side of another
It
world.
yeah.
it
Is that it?
has
Yeah. I
like
mean, I've heard a lot
little.
of them.
You see how it sparkles a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost like a geode.
Yeah. It's like little
Yeah,
crystalline
it feels
crystals
like
inside.
sandpaper almost.
It's probably, yeah.
Hmm.
That
Yep.
Yeah. It's the teeny tiny. If you got a little microscope or something, it'll look like teeny tiny facet crystals in there.
Let's go. Okay.
And I have um so let's see. Here is so I found this one in my one of the mixed ocean jaspers. This is an eighth vein. So the eighth vein is no longer, it's already depleted. So this crystal is kind of rare, kind of expensive. This is probably a low grade one, but it
Yeah,
has, you can see all the orbs on it,
Mm.
the little circles. Yeah. So eighth veins have beautiful orbs. They come in different colors. Some of them, lower grade comes like solid. I had one. So these are
because
pricey,
they're
but
rare.
not, yeah, because it's, they no
Yeah,
longer, there's no mine. They haven't found any new pockets. So this one is 11. Um, so the tumbles are not too expensive. So here's another eighth
oh
vein.
wow,
So I think I had two in the batch. So this one has nice colorful orbs in it.
that's so neat.
And and this one is 5.
Oh wow.
So yeah. So if you're a collector and to me, you should you know, this would be a good stone to add to your collection because you can whatever's out there is what's left of it.
That's good to know.
There's not there's no new there's no
What's
new
that one called again?
deposits anywhere. Eighth
Okay,
vein, ocean jasper. There's eighth veins, so there's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, and eighth. So the nicest, the most gemmy looking ones was the
got
seventh
it.
and eighth vein. I have a lot of seventh, but I'm not showing that quite yet because I'm trying to, I did my eighth vein research a little bit, but then the seventh vein is new to me. It looks much
That's pretty
different
cool.
than
I
the eighth
like that.
vein.
So
Yeah,
where your
it's really
camera's pointing at right
nice.
now? There are
My camera is
so
pointing straight and
there's two
forth, so
spheres in the back. Nope, the sphere. Yeah, that first one.
those are moss.
Yep, that one
The one
right
on the
there.
left
When
side,
you first
this
showed me
one right
that,
here.
I was like, that
Yeah,
is
this is
that was really pretty. What kind of
so this is a moss agate.
Moss.
So this one is about 90. It's a 90 millimeter sphere, and then this one has
that is
like your
so
elephant
cool.
has druzy.
I may have to come clean your yard for
So
that. That was really cool.
yeah, this one, yeah, these are really nice. Moss agates come in so like all those 3 over there,
Yeah,
they're also moss agates.
but they're also different though.
I like this one. Yes, they're all different. Like this one has really nice druzy caves. Look at that in there. You
Looks like
can see one of the quartz inside of it. I don't know if you
I
guys can
can't.
see it. In my screen it looks blurry, but I hope you guys can see it. Okay. Yeah, so this one is mostly
Quartz is almost like a
around,
yellowish, looks
and then
like,
you got your
on my camera anyway, on my phone.
Oh, it's probably my lighting. It's actually not yellow. It's clear. I mean, not clear, but it's white.
I see it white.
Yeah. So yeah, so these are
Of
a
course.
little bit more expensive.
Okay,
So,
I gotta clean your yacht and wash your
yeah.
car for that then.
Yes, you can. This one is
I like
don't
that one
washing my
because
car.
the first one you
This
showed
one,
me,
I-
that one for me, it from a distance, it almost looks blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually has a
It
tinge
reminds me
blue
of a
hue on it.
globe.
Uh-huh.
So
The
that is
globe
like a
of Earth.
greenish blue
That's what it
color.
reminds me.
A globe. Oh, the
Very
Earth.
pretty.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This one reminds me. Oh no, go ahead. So this one reminds me of coral.
Oh,
As you
yeah.
can see, this one has more. Yeah, has more pockets in it, but it's not. It's not clear quartz. It's really milky looking now. So this one is a little bit different. I mean, it almost looks like
Calcite.
calcite to me. Yeah, but I'm not sure if calcite and moss agate, grow together. I could be wrong. But this is one of the, so this one is, yeah. So 115.
Yep.
You see all these little numbers here. So you see this little code
That's
where
your
it says
registration code.
MAS3. So like that's just, to identify that's the one that you want
So
is
on tomorrow's sale,
that.
you're gonna have
So if somebody,
each gem will have an appropriated number that's on the orange tag, and that's how you identify it.
what, yes. Yeah, well, some of them might not have.
Like the smaller
here,
ones?
like this is this is the blue tiger's eye sphere. So this I
gotcha.
have like the number and a letter. So if they would identify this one as 28B or DB. Yeah. So that I learned from just watching a lot of the lives. So I would watch the lives, and then I'm guilty. I bought some crystals too because I was like, oh, I gotta have that. I tend to do that a lot.
I need to get you connected with Carrie.
But
she used to do lives on Instagram.
Carrie. Oh, okay, yeah.
No,
I was just trying to learn how
you're doing
people,
good. You're doing really
like,
good.
okay. And then I'm just jumping
I
around
like that you show
because,
different crystals we haven't seen yet.
Okay, so yes. So this is trollites. I have a whole bunch of trollites. So this is a trollite mushroom. And what I like about this is that, so for me, you can actually use this to like massage because it's the handle and it's blunted. So I have a mushroom for myself and I use that I have like really tight traps because I do a lot of lifting. So it gets really tight. So I like to use that to push down on it to kind of release the muscle, relax the muscle. And then trollite is a really soft energy stone. So it's a good stone to work to help also just to relax.
To lower your vibration.
And then these are the palms. It helps to not lower it, but to calm it down. Yeah, it's like, if you're high on caffeine, this helps to bring the caffeine feeling down. Not energetically, not from caffeine, but so this is the trollite palm. I like this one because if you're into meditation or if you want to get your hands in meditation, this is a perfect stone to help you because a lot of people, like, especially for me, my mind wanders a lot, so when you meditate, you want to clear your mind, not have thoughts running through, like thinking about what happened today. No, this is for you releasing all that junk, right? So this shape right here, which is so cool, it fits in the palm of your hand. So you can hold it, and then just bring yourself down, bring your energy down, and it'll help you bring your energy down.
Ethically
This stone
sourced
is
and
great
ergonomic
for
as well.
helping with that.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, I don't ask to have it carved. I just, I
Yep.
just pick, I pick because it looks nice, the shape. So these are, oh yeah, these are labradorites. So they have a really nice iridescent. So they call this shiny thing labradorescence. I have to look at the word. I have a hard time pronouncing words. I know.
No, it's okay.
I know.
It's
I
okay.
just have this problem. But it has this okay, the normal thing is they call it flashes.
I
So
see
this is
that.
like a blue flash. So labradorite was, discovered in Canada. They also, if I ever heard somebody say spectralite and it looks like this, spectralite actually came from stone, labradorite that come from, they're same stone, but that one came, I believe, was from Australia, or it's from, or no, Finland. I think it was Finland. So it would give like a purple. The Finland one has like a more purple pinkish color, while the one from Canada has like this blue or this sunset.
Does that have to
kinda,
do with
call it
the
sunset
elements
color.
in the ground or the makeup in the ground? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah, so
pretty.
from where it comes from. So, labradorite is considered it's called a feldspar stone, and I think it's a poly. I need my notes. I'm sorry, I couldn't find my notes, but it's called a polygnase. Oh, mommy,
That's okay. You'll have it tomorrow.
can't remember.
That
Yeah,
was
yes, I'm
beautiful.
gonna have it tomorrow. This was totally, yeah. So, usually this is like how big is this guy? I have my little measuring
Sorry,
thing over here.
my gutter mind went in the wrong place. Sorry.
Well, you're a guy. That's natural.
I'm gonna let you
Right?
get away with that one time.
I work with
I'm
a
gonna let
lot
you
of
get away
guys
with
their
that
mind
one
is
time.
okay.
Yeah.
But it's true. Okay, so this guy is like about 76 millimeter.
That looks like
Yeah,
one of the
76
bigger ones
millimeter.
that you have.
So,
Oh,
no,
wow.
the bigger ones are like 90 something, 93. Yeah, they're bigger. So this one is
See, even
60.
that is such a good price. I paid
So-
46 for this one, 48 for this one. What the
I
hell?
know, it's okay.
I got robbed.
I've been
Okay, I love
there.
my elephant. I got robbed, but I love my elephant.
Your elephant is cute. And then I also have, let me see if I can find a flashy one. Oh, here. Let me see if I can, whoopsie. Can you see wait.
I
Can you
do.
see a
I
flash?
do.
Because I can't. So this one has like a
Yeah. There's
purpley, pinky
also some
flash.
like an
If
orange
you
or
can see.
yellow
Yeah.
type flash too.
Yes, on the orange in the corner. Yeah. So this one, they would say, I don't think this side has any flash. I think it's just one side. Yeah, so this one has a pink flash. So this is what I'm talking about when they say, they'll mention this one as a spectralite. But
I see.
they're
Okay.
all the same material. They're just labradorite.
Pretty though.
They're labradorites to me. To confuse, like, oh, this is a
Same
spectralite,
thing.
not a labradorite.
Yeah.
They're the same thing. It's just, yes. So there's a lot of crystals out there that have trade names, right? So trade names
Retailers
is what,
use. Yeah.
is what people, yeah, well, it's more for, I guess one person who discovers the stone and he calls it something like euphorolites. Euphorolites they found up in
Yeah.
the Black Hills, I think it's Dakota. But
I see.
it's just, that's a trade name. They call different, Yeah, so it's a name that he trademarked, that nobody can sell this product with his name, without his permission, or he can actually sue you
Oh,
for a lot of money, right? So there's you would, yeah. So I have some
I
euphorolites, but
see.
I'm not calling it euphorolite. I'm calling it what the mineral actually is, like yellow lepidolite. This is red feldspar with black tourmaline or blue tourmaline. But in his, it's a euphorolite, red dragon, or storm, or electric, or something. Yeah, it just
Yeah.
depends on what's inside of it, and I'll call it that in order for them not to, come after me. If somebody was to say, "Hey, this person is selling this under your name, your trade name, and
Oh,
you're
I
not
see.
getting
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
from it," or
That's that.
stuff like that. So I learned that later, about trade names, which is now I'm careful on what material is a trade name and what isn't. Like unicorn stone is a trade name. It's actually a pigmatite, which contains lepidolite, calcite, and tourmaline, I believe. Blue tourmaline, or, oh, I'm sorry, not blue, pink tourmaline. So this is a unicorn stone. Not a very good one, but you can see
Yep,
the
I see
pink
that.
tourmaline in it here. And then there's the lepidolite, and then some of them will have like a blue tinge, a hue. This one doesn't have it though, but I think that's the Clevelandite. I think it was called Clevelandite. That's
Yeah.
a different mineral. So I would not sell this as a unicorn. I will call it what it is. I'll call it a lepidolite pigmatite
Ooh.
because it's a pigmatite stone, right? Yeah, I'm
So,
learning as
have
I
you ever
go
seen a
too,
lookalike?
because
I found this in
what
my
do you
yard a
mean?
couple days ago. See that? It
Is that
is.
a black
I
stone?
found two right next to each other, and this is the only two.
They were called they call it indigenous stones.
I like the shape of
It
it,
was
and
from
I
here,
like how
but
it
we don't
was
know.
the sharp edges, and there was the only two like that in my yard.
Did you know the Hawaiians use those
Right,
stones to
right,
carve and to make
right. That's
not
that's why I
implements, but
picked these
tools
up
out of it.
because these were
Tools.
actually at
Yeah.
one point they were used as tips for spears. They were used as knives to cut the bigger ones.
Yes. They use
Yeah,
that knife and
yeah.
carving.
That's
They
why I
use it for
picked these up
carving too.
because in my yard I only have grass and one area that has just dirt, and this is the only two in that whole area. And I like the shape of it. That's why I picked
Wow.
it up, put it on my little gem stand behind me.
That's
That's cool.
neat. I have some rocks that I collected from just walking around. My daughter she would carry a bucket and come home with all these rocks, and I'm like, "What is that?" And she's like, "They're my treasures." I'm like, "Oh, your treasures. They're
They're treasures,
rocks."
Bob. Bob, don't
But
burst the
now I
bubble. They're
understand.
treasures.
No, I'm not bursting her bubble. I actually have. She was
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
3, 4. She's 12 now, but she would we would go walking, and she was like, "Oh, mom, look." She's like, "It's treasure." I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's treasure," and I was like,
You know,
"Okay, she's gonna bring that home
a few months
too."
back we had someone as our guest. Um, her name is Victoria. She's an Instagram
Mm-hmm.
influencer, business owner, CEO. She used to do this thing with their family where she would walk on the beach and they would purposely find rocks or coral that shape as hearts, and they would give it to each other as gifts. I thought that was the neatest thing, the
Oh,
simplest way to say you love somebody, especially a family member. I thought that
oh
was so
yeah.
cool.
Penguins. Penguins
Yeah,
gave their
I
mate a
read that.
rock.
I
I
read that.
forgot what penguins it was. I saw it
Yeah,
in a cartoon and I found out it was true. You know, something on
Yeah.
the penguin and the pebble. I don't know. It was yeah. I saw that cartoon and I was like, oh, that's so cute. And I found out those kind of penguins actually do that. I was like, oh, that's amazing. Just like people
Yep.
would buy their other
Right.
half a rock, which is a
Right.
diamond, right? Wonder if they got that,
I'd love to
a
find
diamond
something like
ring.
that in my yard, but not in Hawaii. We're still too young. Um, is would
Oh,
lava
just get
be
cool. Yeah.
considered a type of crystal or a type of rock?
Yes, obsidian is lava.
Volcanic
It's called
glass.
volcanic glass. The lava here is it's volcanic glass, yes. But
Right.
we can't touch ours,
Right.
right? But
That's how
yeah.
that's how Diamond Head
So
got its
there
name. Did you
is
know that?
yeah.
So the story about Diamond Head
Yes.
here in Hawaii, for the replay watchers and anybody else who does not know the story, I think if I remember this correctly, when sailors and big ships used to come into Hawaii, they would pass Diamond Head, or that mountain now
Hmm.
known as Diamond Head, and they would see that what do you call it? That glass again from the lava.
Yeah, that
Right, it would be
glistering in the
glistering in the
sun, so they
sun,
thought it was
and
diamonds. Yeah.
sailors, visitors, all thought that was diamonds or gems, when in fact it was the type
Yeah.
of crystal, a type of lava that dried into
Glass.
crystal, the type of crystal.
Yeah.
Is it the uh
It's
yeah?
from huh? It's the what?
It's called right?
Oh, yeah. Was the it was no, it's not called was
The smoother one, ahoy hoy.
the stone that no. Was the one that actually this is how I remember as a kid. Was the one that when you walked on it,
Jaggedy,
you
yeah.
say because it hurts, like Yeah, so they call that one. So the smooth one, the smooth
Ahoy hoy.
one was called something else.
It was called and ahoy
Pahoy
hoy. Yep.
Hoy. Yeah, so the smooth one was that one, the Pahoy Hoy.
That's so cool.
And yeah, I think the A'ao rock was more from, I guess it formed by the water, because it's when you go closer to the ocean, those rocks
Yep.
are the part of the
Right.
reef, right? So they're really pokey. And then the other one, and then of course there's bubbles, the bubble pops. So then when it freezes or solidify, that it stays that way. So that's caused all that pokiness. And the smoother one is just the flow, the river coming down, a smooth flow that flows that way.
So, Pua, what is your biggest crystal you have that you'll be showing tomorrow?
The biggest one I have is this one.
You guys go ahead and log
Okay,
on.
Grizz. Pua, Grizz is gonna leave for now. We'll probably be in contact with you anyway. Pua. Good night, Grizz. Thank you for joining us tonight, Grizz.
Good night.
Thank
Have a good
Juan
night.
for me as well, please.
Get some rest.
Thank you. We'll talk later.
Talk later. Nice meeting you, Pua.
Nice meeting you too.
Okay, go ahead, Pua.
Okay, so this is the biggest one I have. It's a amethyst. It came from a country called in Brazil. Starts with a B, ends with an A.
Buenos Aires.
I'm very
Buenos
terrible, but
Aires?
this is the amethyst. No, I would. No, it.
Bolivia.
BOLO something.
Bolivia
is it Bolivia?
is
Is
European,
it Bolivia?
though, yeah?
It sounds like it.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, I don't know.
We'll check it out
BO
later. It's okay.
Yeah. So yes, I have to check. Well,
So what
I
is
have the
that
part up on
yellow
the
thing
top.
that's
I couldn't
around it?
grab it.
Or it
But
looks
this is it.
yellowish. It looks like sulfur.
This is the dirt. No, it's the you know the dirt they dug it out
Oh,
from, the red dirt. Yeah. So I told him to keep it as natural as possible. So this is not it's not totally cleaned. It's very, very
so it's
fragile though,
not meant to
this
get
one.
wet though.
But yeah. Oh, this one
That's
can get wet. I cleaned it.
nice though.
Like when I have to it's yeah, it's very nice. It's like about I think
Oh,
it's about 5 or 6 pounds. It's really heavy. Yeah.
that's like 1/5 bag rice.
Oh, right. And for so I know these, children won't be watching my stuff, but I got these. Oh, I don't know what to do with them.
Let me. I
Go
want to get. I'm
ahead.
gonna guess the shape.
Oh,
Am I right? If it does it start with a PH, ends with a C?
it's a little hard.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's just a little
Oh,
hard.
okay, okay, okay. Yeah,
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 but
I
it's
know. That's
not
what I
a
was
heart.
talking about. Phallic,
Why?
phallic.
So let's see. I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
have I have this, and I'm like I'm like,
So,
So they oh so it's I guess people so
yep.
they use this as grids to fertility or
Oh,
you know
so
so
they're
they
meant for
here
guys.
that's
They're meant for
no
females.
they're not meant no they're meant for whatever your intention is for it. So this is a male organ, right? So they're going to use this for
Got
many
it.
women say fertility to help them,
Got it.
the male be
So
more
if
fertile for
somebody
them.
wanted, like, if a
So
couple
they'll
is
make
trying
a
to have a
grid.
baby and have been having difficulty
Yes,
for whatever reason, then they
yes,
would want to get something
yeah,
like this.
yeah. So they will use because each crystal, even cutting to certain shapes, if you want to, like, say, connect with I guess if you have a cat as your spirit guide, you connect
Got it.
using one that was carved into a
Makes
cat,
sense. Makes sense.
right? So being this one, yeah, for being that one
Fertility.
would be for fertility. That's the only thing I know of, but I'm pretty
Right.
sure there's other means for
Fertility.
this.
Got it. I like that though. I mean, I've
Yeah,
seen other collectors who had bigger ones than that and they were selling it, but I mean, they were asking outrageous prices, and I couldn't understand why anybody would buy something like that shape. But it makes sense now for fertility, and each thing
yeah.
that's carved
People
has a purpose.
people will buy. Yes, yes. For me,
Got it.
there is a purpose, but for whoever carved it may not be. Maybe because this is the most requested carved. But for me, it would be because it's, you want to work with this
Yep.
certain animal's energy, or, if you're into Egyptian lore and stuff,
Right.
the cats are,
Right.
for protector underground. So they use that to connect with, somebody that passed,
Oh, really?
connect with somebody. Oh, yeah, well, yeah. So it's like a symbol there for underground. They protect that
The spirit
realm,
realm.
the spirit realm.
Oh.
That's what I was told. Yeah. I'm not really into Egyptian stuff, but that's what I was
Yep.
told. Like Bass, the cat Bass, yeah.
Oh.
So that would represent Bass. And turtle, longevity, if you're
Okay. Got it. Got
Chinese,
it.
they believe
That's neat.
turtles,
That's neat. Chinese.
longevity and stuff. Yeah. And then, if you're a Native
Right.
American, the bear. So
Right.
the bear, strength, what else? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what that for. And I also do have there's not many people like this carving, but I never liked it at the beginning, but now I understand it, and it's good to work with, especially during the you know the Day of the Dead season.
Skulls. Yeah.
So, you
Yeah.
have the skulls. Yeah. So you work with these for your
Yeah.
ancestors, right? You want to connect with them. You can use this if you don't have the stone, then you can use
Got
the
it.
skull. Some people they shy away from the skull because it
Okay.
represents,
Right.
it
Right.
represents death for them. Yeah. And to me, it's like it just to me, it represents remembering your people that
It's your
passed
intention
before you,
then, yeah?
So that
It's your
that
intention then
huh?
makes difference.
Yeah, yeah,
That,
yes, it is. It
that
always
was
is.
really
When it comes for
nice
anything
though,
carving.
that skull. What kind of crystal is that?
Yeah, that's it's called an Argentinian blue calcite, but the other
Blue
name people know them as is
onyx.
blue
I heard
onyx, but
of
this
that.
material is, yeah, but it's not an onyx. It's actually a calcite. So it's a kind of like a trade name, but it's not it was just called that by, I don't know who started that, but it's actually a calcite that this came from Argentina. So that's why I call it, majority of people call it an Argentinian blue calcite, or
Yeah.
just plain blue calcite. And there is one that they call, which is called aquatine Lemurian calcite, but that's a trade name from Robert Simmons. He's a book writer, about stones. He works and meditates with stones. So if you ever had the time, it's called the Book of Stones, and it has a lot of information. He explains the chemical background of the stone, where it came from, and then he explains what it worked, how when he worked with it, how it, what he sees in that
Right.
type of crystal, what crystal would work well with it. So yeah. So if you guys ever want to read it, dive deep into that,
Yeah.
look
Okay.
for
I
the
wrote
Book
that
of
down.
Stones.
I'm gonna go look
Um,
for it.
yeah, so it's
Okay.
Amazon has it.
Cool.
Okay. And then I also have Lemoran. These are Colombian Lemorans. So you guys already know about Lemurans, right? So these have striations, and they only grow like into this kind of shape, like a mountain. It thins on the top,
That's
comes a little bit wider on the
that's
bottom.
naturally shaped then, yeah?
These supposed, yeah, this is natural shape. There is polished ones, but majority is all natural. So these are all natural. And you can see the striations here. So these supposed to be, if you ever heard the story
Yeah.
regarding the old
Lemuria.
Lemuria,
Yep.
an ancient civilization that disappeared, right? So they're supposed to have put all their secrets and knowledge
Yep.
into these crystals, and then um, you're if you wanna, you work with them to see if one of them would release one of those knowledge to you.
Oh.
So what it is that you see, how this one has like this, you can see
I can
you can
see that.
actually feel it with your thumb. So what you do is like you can meditate with it, and at the same time you can just kind of like massage
Yeah.
the striations over here, like this, and then see if anything comes to you, like a message. It won't come to you that day. It may come to you in a dream. It may come to you in signs, like what do you call, seeing things over and over, like the color blue, or some kind of message, some kind of word you constantly
Yeah.
see wherever
That,
you go,
that was really
that kind of
good.
message. So that's what these are for. Yeah, so I like Lemurans. I just don't connect with Lemurans right now, so maybe I'm not meant to even break, open one up or try
So
to see if I get a message from them. But I do I do
There's a
have.
story about this person was my mentor at one time. Um, she messaged me out of the blue and asked me if I've ever heard of Lemuria. Lemuria. And I said, we used to have a band here in Hawaii called Lemuria. I don't know if you remember. This is back in
Mm-hmm.
the 70s. And I'm showing my age. Yeah,
Oh, I think that was
okay,
before
yeah,
my
sure.
time.
Okay. Uh, but she talked about civilization Lemuria. And I thought, man, this just all of a sudden it clicked. It became clear. And I had this image of this person that I was talking to, that we were in like this beautiful cave. It was all like a lava tube, but if you walk into the lava
Uh-huh.
tube, you come into this opening where you can actually see the sky, the blue sky above you, and there's grass and fern growing down into this lava tube. And I saw one woman standing up, washing her hair like in this waterfall coming off the top of this opening, and a younger girl with a little like a bowl, like a some kind of pot in a bowl collecting water. And I asked for
Oh.
clarity, and I said, Spirit, what am I seeing? Why am I seeing this? And I messaged this person that I was talking to, and it was like I was there with this person, and the person who was my mentor was that mother, and the little girl was our daughter,
Oh.
and it was a beautiful scene. I was like,
Wow.
man, I could run and go as I could with every description, what it felt like energy, if there was any smell or anything like that. It was like a beautiful picture. There was really no sound, but I could see her standing
Mm-hmm.
there washing her hair, and she was dark skinned, uh, um, washing her hair, looking up like that at the waterfall falling down behind her, and there was a little girl uh, and soaping out from this pond where water was falling into the waterfall. I was like, man, that's beautiful. That's my recollection of
Oh,
Lemuria,
wow.
the civilization.
Yeah, it's a yeah. So I what I've learned heard about Lemuria is that it was like these these people that was
Yep,
very ahead of our time, right? They had healing capabilities. They had um what do you call
yep,
engineering, you know, intellect. They were super smart. They were very creative. They had all these, and then before their civilization kind of got
yep,
destroyed, they
yep,
put it into those crystals that so happened to start popping up. And they said more and more is popping up, and it was meant for us to find, to meant to us to open up. But we weren't. It was never presented to us back then because we weren't ready. That's why I'm saying, like, I see more and more people, like myself too, but more and more people that actually connecting with the crystals. I see more people more into healing, naturally with the energy. And for me, and I'm like, that's just, it's
yep,
starting, something is opening that these crystals
yep,
are going to start talking to us, or the
yep,
ones that need to hear it, right? And, hopefully I would be one that, because I would be like, I'm so like very eager to know what it has, like, not for myself, but, back then, this place that,
yep,
that doesn't exist anymore. Like, what
yep.
was their story?
And and
You know,
and just for
that I would like.
clarification, I know when you say we weren't ready, it's more of we weren't ready spiritually, we weren't awoken, and we weren't
Yes.
ready energetically.
No. Yeah.
We call it
Miss
Miss
Lady
V. We
asks,
call her
what
Miss
is a
V.
healing
Yep.
one? Miss V. The healing one, as in the healing crystals?
Miss V actually has
'Cause,
abilities as well, and I know she uses
so the,
her gift
oh, okay.
is
So the
pendulum.
crystals, oh,
Miss V,
yeah, I use
this is
my
Pua.
babies here.
This is Pua
So the
next to you.
healing,
Hey Pua, this
Hi.
is Miss V.
hi,
Hey, and say her
Miss
name
V.
again.
Pua, P-U-A,
Pua.
Pua.
Pua. Okay.
Yes, it means flower in
Yes.
Hawaii.
Actually, my whole name is Pualani,
Pua.
but I just go by
Okay.
Pua for short.
That's it for me.
Yes, Pua.
So
Okay.
you had a question.
Yes.
You had a question, Miss
Huh?
V?
Yeah. Like I'm having
Yeah.
real big issues in my neck and in my shoulders. So
Mm-hmm.
I have like this one. This one. And I got some other ones scattered around. Oh, I know. I wanted to get it right quick.
So Miss
Meant to grab.
V is one of our OGs in our community, Pua. So you'll
Oh,
see her in a lot of
nice.
our video replays on YouTube.
I think I saw
Oh,
it when I was watching
the one
some of them. I
yeah,
remember
that's Miss
seeing
V.
Miss V. Yeah, I
That,
think the recent.
that's
Yeah,
Miss
yeah.
V. And Miss V
I saw
remembers
that one.
that one. We were talking
Oh,
about
okay.
her husband who had passed.
Oh,
Right.
the part
Put a
2,
pretty
the one you're
red bow
telling me
on it.
about.
Part
Yeah.
2. That's the Miss V you're talking to right now. So
Okay.
we'll let Miss V ask a question
How
real quick,
exciting.
and then we're going to close out our video for tonight.
Okay,
I
yeah.
want to make sure we cover it tomorrow. Miss V, go ahead. I'm sorry.
What
It's
color is it? Cause
like a grayish tan. It's got like tan around it and gray streaks in it.
and is it like like chalky? Does it have like little,
No,
I
it
guess,
don't
glittery
have. Oh, yes,
sparkles
it
in
does
it,
have.
or
It does have sparkles in it.
like mica?
Yep,
Like,
it
does it
does have
contain mica
sparkles in
inside?
it.
Okay.
Yep, it does have sparkles in it.
Okay. It does contain mica then. And it's gray.
So I guess the question she
So
is asking, if I'm not mistaken, is there a
yeah,
crystal she can use to help her with her
for
pain in her
pain
specific area? Your neck, I think you said, your
and
shoulder?
Yeah, it's my
muscle.
shoulders and my neck. And I'm not sleeping well at all.
I know why you're not sleeping.
Okay, so it's because is it giving you a headache?
No, it's
Like
not.
tight
It's just
headache?
really kind of like I'm
Is
really stiff in the shoulders and in the neck. It's not giving me a headache, but I'm not sleeping at night. I am really, really up at night.
Miss V, what's happening? What's new in your life?
is your so well, are you looking for something to
Something
help you
to help,
relax
but also
some more?
not being so much pain.
So much in pain. Okay, so the pain part is probably your muscles being tight. I'm not sure if you have a lot of stress in your life going on right now, not physically, but more
Yes,
Emotionally.
mentally, which is causing you
yep,
a lot of
it
tension
is a
in your
lot of.
neck and
It is a.
shoulders. And so and then, yeah, that probably is also why you can't sleep, because you are probably constantly thinking about things, worrying about things. I'm not sure what's going on in your life at this moment. So for me, I would use a crystal to
Mm-hmm.
massage your tension, And the best one for that kind of, I'm not sure what kind of stress you're going through, but you can either use um you can use an amethyst, you can use a lepidolite, you can use a sodalite or tiger's eye. I'm not sure which one you have. You can use I wouldn't use a clear quartz because a clear quartz will amplify that. It might increase the pain you're going through because it'll raise your energy a little bit high. But you want to use a crystal that's a little bit more on the low. So the low ones, it would be like your sodalites, do you
I
know what a
I've
sodalite
heard
is, by the
the
way?
name.
Um, okay, let me show you. I have sodalite here. Okay, so let me turn this around. So,
Oh,
so this is a
wow.
Okay.
That's great.
sodalite. It's like a blue. Yeah. So it's this. It has really soft energy. Um, so usually a stone that's blue, because blue, and then this is the
Okay.
lepidolite. This one is a more like of a purple color, so blue, purple. This is trollite. This one you can also use, but you want to get a stone that is kind of
Mm-hmm.
roundish, not so raw. So like here, like something like I was talking to earlier about, I use this to
Yeah.
massage my shoulders when it's really tight. So I use that. So what do you do? Let me flip my stuff around again. So what you do is that you kind of just here and then you push. It's like you don't go like this where it's tight. You just relax your shoulder, onto your side, and you just push down for 5. And at the same time, you close your eyes and you take nice deep breath. And what do you do when you're doing that is you're breathing in. So you're going to picture like a nice veil of wind coming through your nose, coming down into your stomach, and slowly winding into like a little, like a roll. And then what you're going to do is that you're going to exhale, releasing that as you put the pressure down in that spot. You're releasing, you're imagining or visualizing it coming out through your mouth, right? Unwinding. As unwinding, you're visualizing that it's collecting all that junk that's causing this problem for you. So you're exhaling it out. So you do that like 5 times, and then you can move like each different spots where it's tight. And then you kind of work with that one stone every day. And after, when you're done with working with that stone, so your stone can collect your vibration. Um, so it can throw its vibration off a little bit, but the stone can also come back to its own DOR, right? So all you do is kind of wipe the stone, and then you just kind of toss it, that energy, that dirt energy away, toss it in the corner. So then you go
So
back
more
and
like
then you do that again.
pressure points, yeah? You're
So
talking about pressing or pressure points.
yeah, so what you're doing, yeah, you're saying, hey, this is where I need it. This is where, I have a lot of tension here. So I want that energy to concentrate in here. At the same time, you're training your own energy to release all that's causing that tension in your neck and back, and also in your mind. So that's what the meditation, the visualization of you breathing in. I do this because it helps me to visualize better. Some people have a hard time visualizing and keeping their mind focused. So visualize like sucking in like a ribbon of air, clean air into your system, rolling into your solar plexus, your area, and then as you're blowing, exhaling out through your mouth, you're letting it, soak up all that junk, all that stress and all that thing you've been bottling up that's been causing all this problem. You're exhaling out through your mouth and getting rid of it.
That's great.
So, and then yeah, it's how you work with the crystal, how it can work for you. I can tell you what crystal works for me when I'm dealing with a lot of tension
Right.
but it may
Right.
not work with your energy. But there's all these different crystals that I just mentioned that also can help you that way. And um, also ocean jasper, you know, because this can work both ways. So because this stone is found collected by the ocean, so it has the power and the
Right.
calmness and not the calmness of the ocean. It just depends on your energy. So if you feel that if you're being pulled towards an ocean jasper stone and you're feeling this tension, it's probably because you need to work with this one to find out if this one is going to work for you. And oh, tiger's eye is
That
also
one you
another
said you
one.
like.
This
Yep.
one, it comes in different colors, but yeah, this one I connect with a lot. So the blue one would be the one to help because the blue one brings your energy a little bit down. There's the yellow and then there's the red, but the blue one is more for calming. So blue, you know, blue is for what your throat chakra, and sometimes your crown, but it's mostly for your throat, right? But blue also, the color blue also helps to bring down your makes you feel more calm. Blue is like just think of blue as like you know when you look up in the sky, you know the sky is blue and just kind of you want to be just it's beautiful, right? You're relaxed, you're not tensing up, you know. So it's all about the
Right. So
spectrum of color
that
as
crystal you
well.
just showed
So
us, that
the
sphere,
color of the
that one,
stone,
that was
yeah,
available for purchase as well. Yeah.
the sphere. Oh yeah, all the
Okay.
crystals I
Cool.
showed you, those are all for purchase. And yeah, also if you have a sphere shaped one, you know, they're also good too because they're round, they're blunt, you know, they're not sharp. You can there's also ones that are called wands. Um, so this is a wand, right? This is a massage wand. So these are more pressure points. So you actually, you know, if you're, for me, I like using these because they go more deeper into my tissue so I can get it more down into there, you know, and so that's what I use to help me release. Not so much this guy because I graduated from this to this guy. So I need a little bit more. So it does help. And as you work with the crystal, you find yourself being more relaxed, not so tensed up. Even during like high stress situations, you find yourself, you know, like, ah, you know, it's okay. You know, you don't take things, you know, we're all humans, right? You know, one little thing would just set it off and we'll just get all nuts and stressed and, you know, take it
Mm-hmm.
one level too high. So the crystals kind of help us stay centered with ourselves, especially, yeah, when you work with it a lot. You just find that one crystal that helps you and you work with it. You don't have to buy 10 different crystals, you know. You just find that one that
Mm-hmm.
resonate with you that time. And then of course there's going to be a time that that crystal is not going to work for you anymore because you don't need it anymore. It's not that it's not working, it means that your
Oh,
energy doesn't need it anymore. And then you might be pulled to be
That makes
attracted
so
to a
much sense.
different energy. So, yeah, so like don't go out buying every single crystal out there for just that one thing. Buy what or get whatever you are resonating with at that time that you need it. You won't know. It'll call to you or it'll come to you, and for some reason you're like, this is the most
but
ugliest thing
Yeah.
I
I
ever seen, but
have
I
it.
just want it, you know. Yeah. I just have to have it. It's because your energy is being called to that. That crystal is like, hey, you need me. You know, you need me to work with you. You need to work with me. And I'm here to help you through
Yeah.
whatever you need,
I
you know, to be
I
done
guess because I'm
for
dealing with
healing. Yeah.
what's on my mind and I can't seem to get it figured out. So
Yeah. You and I need to talk later. I'm feeling your
Yeah.
energy. I can kind of figure out what's going on with you. Already, you know that. You know I can figure out what's going on with you. But um, If there's any other questions that you might
Yeah.
have, or if you wanted to get the names of some of the crystals, Misty, that she talked about tonight to help you
Mhm.
specifically,
Mm-hmm.
please make sure you follow her. Please make sure you message her if necessary.
Okay.
Zenload
What
Purplicious Dragon right now.
what is it?
But
Purplish Dragon. That's yours.
yeah, there's
Yeah, that's my
but
personal one, Purple Listed Dragon.
also look for and I can send this to her Zen Lotus Gems. That's her business account. That's where you're going to see all of her gems and her crystals. I'll send you the. There you go, the
Okay.
Zen Lotus
Yeah.
Gems. I'll send you a link if you want to, and then you can follow her from there. And anybody else who wants to follow her, Pua, I'm going to have it in my Instagram. I'm going to put it up later on tonight after our live. I would like to thank you, Pua, for taking time out of your night tonight after your long week, after your long day at work tonight, to share your knowledge with crystals.
Oh,
If
anytime.
you're not following this young lady, please make sure you do so. Zen Lotus Gems. She will be having a sale
Gems.
tomorrow and Sunday at 3 different times. No, I'm sorry. You're going to be having it. I'm looking at the time zones. You're going to have it 2 different days, Saturday and Sunday. It starts Hawaii time
Mhm.
on 1 p.m. And you do the math for the time
Yeah.
zones. If not, hit me up. I'll help you out with the math.
What
I have it on one
time
of
is
my
it
posts
there
if
for
you
you
live
right
in.
now?
It is 8
Okay.
o'clock, 8:43.
So
It's
Misty is
almost one.
actually all the way towards almost the East
I'm-
Coast.
So are you
I'm
East Coast?
Oh,
Oh,
middle of it.
East Coast.
Yeah.
6
I think
hours
y'all
ahead.
are 4 hours ahead.
So 5. Okay, so
No,
I have East Coast at
not
6
East Coast.
p.m. when I
am
start.
Midwest.
Yeah. So you would be 4 hours.
4
You'd be 4
hours.
hours, Misty.
Oh, okay, okay.
Mhm.
But again, if you're not,
Yeah. So
No,
wait, you're in California.
I'm
So
Missouri,
you're Pacific
so
time.
I'm Central time.
Oh, Missouri.
yeah,
Oh, I didn't get
Missouri, I
Central
believe,
time
is
on
4
mine.
hours.
Yeah, I think
It's okay.
I
We
missed
can help you
Central
out with
time.
that point. We got the chart. Grizz has got the chart for that in our posting. We can help
It's
you out with that.
12:44 now. It's 12:44 my
So
time.
you're 3 hours. 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. 3 hours.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys had
Yeah.
a daylight
Mhm.
saving time thing, right?
Sorry. 4
Yeah, okay.
hours. 4 hours. As I said earlier, 4 hours.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So maybe I put
We'll help
the
you
times
figure it out.
wrong
You
because
didn't
I
have your
forgot
book,
about
that's why.
daylight
And
savings.
we'll help you figure it out.
I'm on. I'll just be on
Exactly.
at 1 p.m. If
If you're
you're
not following her, just go find her
Pop
on
up.
Instagram. Yeah. Just go follow on Instagram, Zen Lotus Gems. Pua, thank you tonight. Thank you for tonight. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Thank you for showing us your beautiful crystals. And I need to come plan when I go come wash your
You're welcome.
car, when I go clean your yard. And if it's that much, I think I gotta maybe cut or trim the trees as well while I'm there for that once here. But I do appreciate you taking your time out tonight. And Ms. V, you know, I
Oh,
love
thank
you.
you.
You know,
Thank you.
We'll work on something for you. Pua, anything else you'd like to share with us?
Well, if you guys have any crystal questions and if you guys want a crystal that you see outside and want to know what it is and why you're attracted to it, go ahead and, you can DM me the crystal and I can probably help you
Cool.
with that.
Cool. We're going to be directing all of our crystal questions to you now, Pua. You are our community resident crystal advisor. And with that, I am actually going to add you to our community chat. That's usually what we do after you become a guest, so
Yeah.
that we introduce you to everybody in the
Mhm.
community, any questions that they may have. That's any upcoming events. I'm going to do that tonight as soon as we're done, and you can post your live streams tomorrow. I should have some time tomorrow. I'll pop in at least for a little bit, come hang out with you, talk Rock Story and look at some of your beautiful gems and crystals. Everybody, thanks for being here tonight. Thank you to our moderator and my partner, Grizz. Hope you get better soon, Grizz, and everybody who popped into chat. It was good to see everybody tonight. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Happy holidays, you guys. Love you. Good night.
Thank you.